Hey guys, it's Saturday morning, the first Saturday of fall, and so I'm going to show you guys how to make blueberry scones. It's a perfect, well, today's a hot day, but it's a perfect thing to do in the fall, winter, on a nice weekend day to make your own scones. And it's so easy to make. It's so delicious. It's 1,000 times better than buying your own scones. So this is a recipe I've been doing for a long time now. First thing you're going to need is 2 cups of flour, which I already measured out. Then you need half a teaspoon of salt. Any salt will do. Add that in. After the salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which I have. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And now you need 3 tablespoons of sugar. You can use sugar in the raw, you can use whatever sugar you guys like. I ran out of my sugar in the raw, so I have regular white sugar. And what I like to do is mix it up with a quick fork real quick so everything's combined. And then I'm going to do blueberry scones. Blueberry scones with, I think I have pecans. You don't have to. If you leave out the berries and nuts and things like that, you can use the exact same recipe that we just did to make biscuits. And all you do is just cut them out differently. To this I'm going to add 1 egg. Not so high, you don't want that poof. And again, I'm going to mix this in. And right now I'm going to do it by hand. If you have a food processor or something along those lines, you can just throw everything to the food processor, and then you just gotta be careful when you add in your liquids. So that's scrabbled in, because I'm gonna go in and mix it with my hand. Take out my cold butter. I'm gonna add 5 tablespoons of butter, cold butter, and I'm gonna cut it into pieces. And you want it cold. So even if you can pop it in the freezer for a few minutes, that's perfect. So I'm gonna show you guys how to cut it up. Cut it up. So it makes it easier, and then you get all the little butter pieces. I love doing this recipe. And then my friends are gonna come over. And we're gonna have these scones together, and then we're gonna go to the beach because it's gonna be 90 degrees this weekend, and it's the first day of autumn, and it's gonna be sunny, and we gotta take advantage of all the beach days we have left. So we're gonna go today, and we're going tomorrow. Might go Monday. We shall see. So normally what you do, like if I was making a pastry dough, I would and you just start doing that. If this was a pastry dough. And either way, you just knead it back and forth so it becomes a nice little like granular texture. Almost like grain. You'll see. Pretty good at this point. Just a couple of bigger pieces of butter, but that's okay. We're also gonna roll this out. I have some pecans I'm gonna use. I love nuts. I love nuts in everything. So I'm just gonna crumble it in. As best I can. Some pieces will be bigger, some pieces are smaller. It's alright. It's up to you. You can chop them up. Sometimes I take the bag and whack it against the counter, make them smaller. Your little toss. That's about it. You can leave them whole. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So now I'm going to add the blueberries. And finally, I'm going to start off with half a cup of cream. We'll measure it in there. Yeah, you can just stick your hands in there. It's the easiest and fastest way to do it. And then you might need a little bit more flour. You always need a little bit more flour to like roll it out, things like that. It's okay if you squish some of the blueberries. They'll be alright. They'll survive. Even if it's just for you, you're making this just for yourself, this is really impressive to make for someone else. Someone comes over, they spend the night, or you're inviting people over for breakfast, or you got someone special. This is a great way to impress them. You make a great cup of coffee, you make scones. You can even make this, like, get this all ready the night before, keep it in your refrigerator, and then the next day you either roll it out, or you have it pre-rolled, and it's really good recipe. See? So you got your little dough ball. Try to shape it. Normally at this point I'm going to wrap it in plastic, put it in the fridge, because I'm making it a little later when our friends get here, but since I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to just roll it out and cut it, and I'm going to use my cutting board since I can't really put stuff on the counter. Just get a little flour. And this makes a lot. I actually might divide this into 2 balls and see what happens. This makes a lot. This recipe makes a lot of scones. I'm actually going to cut it in half, and I'm going to save half of it for later. And I'm just going to roll out this half of the scone. So shape into a little ball. Yeah, and then if you have a rolling pin, you roll it out. If you have a wine bottle, any kind of like heavy bottle, plastic wrap, and I do that sort of thing. You squish it down. I've done this because I didn't have anything at all. And when if you do that, just lift it every once in a while. Put a little bit more flour on this side, a little bit on the other side, because I don't want it to stick to the... Yeah, just a little bit more flour just so it doesn't stick. And then you can just spread it out with your fingers like this. It's very rustic, homemade. That looks about good. Like a nice size. So you can make them thicker, a little thinner. Not too thin, it's not a pancake. But yeah, see? I don't want to touch my camera. See the thickness of it? It's not that thick. Like compared to my finger. It's about like that. It's not very thick. See, the blueberries are still whole. So at this point, you cut it to triangles. This would make 4 ginormous scones because they will bake up and they'll fluff out. So I'm going to just cut them in half again. I think there's going to be 3 of us, so it's about 2 scones per person, which I think is a really good size. So at this point now, I am going to refrigerate this. And then when they come over, I'm going to put it on the baking sheet. I'm going to lay it out on my, I'm going to use my toaster oven, so I have a small little tray that fits in the toaster oven. I can either do parchment or wax paper, lay it out here, cut it up, or I just do a quick spray of this stuff, baking stuff. I do a quick, and I grab some, and I put some one way, like this, and then I lay another one the other way. And continue all the way around. I won't be able to fit them all, but I'll be able to fit most. Like that, and if I get one more in here. And that's a good amount to get us started. So, you gotta lay them out and give them space to get bigger and expand. But, yeah, I got 5 on here. And then I can put these 3 on after these are done. If I want more. If not, I just put away I just put them away. So, I'll put this in the fridge till my friends get here. So, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna roll out this ball. This I'm going to save for next time. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shape him first, nice and round. Alright, so I rolled it out, I cut it up, I got my 8 pieces, I have some wax paper. Did I get everybody? 1, 2. Oh, back here. I didn't get it all the way through. Three, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. There we go. So what I do is I grab one piece of scone, and put it there, and then just layer them. Alright, so then just gonna stick it in here, and then they go in the freezer. Try to get stick it in here because it's not gonna be in here very long. But if you're gonna stick them in the freezer, have like one of those freezer Ziploc bags are way better, and they can keep it in there for like a few months, maybe 2 months, 2-3 months. Put the date on it, and marker. But this guy, he's probably gonna get used up tomorrow or the day after, or throughout the week. I'll just pull one out and eat it. That's it. Try to get some of the air out. And they're ready for the freezer. Got my little fancy plate. I laid it out. I put the butter in the butter dish. It's going to be extra fancy for my friends. And now I'm just going to take the scones out of the refrigerator and put them in the toaster oven. These are my scones. And I've had the oven preheating. I have it at 450 on the bake setting. So these are going to go right inside. And they go, and I recommend at the 9-minute point. Since I'm using a toaster oven, I'm probably going to have to turn this at the 9-minute point, but about 9 to 12 minutes, and they're done. And different ovens are differently. Sometimes they'll cook up faster than you expect. So I got the little timer at 10 minutes. So I'll be back. Alright, I'm at about the 9-minute point. I just opened up the oven. I'm going to flip them around. You can see that they're nice and gooey, but they're not quite golden yet. They need to get more golden. So I'm just going to turn these around real quick. They're just starting to get the color. And I'm going to leave them in there for a few more minutes and they will be done. Guys, scones are ready. Be careful because it's hot, because it was 450 degrees. Bring them over here. Now I'm going to plate them nicely. Ah, they're hot. Let me get something to put these on. So these are my scones. They're very hot. I'm gonna put them really nicely on the plate. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna fix them up. And there you go. So my friends are over. These are the scones. And I made espresso. Cream, light cream, and I take it black. And that's it. I'm gonna put the other ones on the tray, stick them in the oven, and we're just gonna enjoy our scones now. I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!